5 minutes.
We gotta get real.
5 minutes.
We already live, man. We live on the Go Getter Show. What's happening, man?
I just
Good, yeah.
Hey, we here, y'all. We here. It's 2022. Hey, this what's the 13th to 14th show? What time is it? It's Go Getter time, man. Go Getter Show. Go Getter Show. Hey, Benji, what's happening, my boy?
What's up? What's going on?
Nino, what's up? Reese,
What's up? What's up?
Third Eye, what's up, man?
Go get 'em.
Hey, I got a special guest in the house on the Go Getter Show. Hey, tell everybody what your name is, man.
Color one, Jack. Color one.
Color One.
See what a wild way and eat.
Where you come from, Color One?
I'm from out west, man.
Out west. I'm from over east, my boy.
I'm from out west, Jack.
Man, so it's like so ironic that that I meet you today, and the story that I heard, that you started the whole Go Getter movement. The shit that I lived, died by sweat, blood, tears, all that shit for me. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been on for years. But I already know that the shit, it was somebody that was doing this shit for me.
Yeah. So we was trendsetters, man, back in the day. Just give you a couple of trends that we said, the go-getter trend. We put that word out. Chicago River. We was the
Put
first
that
one.
out.
It was Quavo and me and this guy named Priest from Quavo.
Wow.
We was the first ones to use the Chicago River slang.
Man.
We was the first one to use the buzz down slang. We
Damn.
put the buzz down words out, like all the slang words, like really it was like coming from out west from all the camp, like Max Crew camp.
Okay.
Snipers used to be around all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Listen to y'all shit heavy, bro.
Yeah, we just was like, you know what I'm saying? We weren't just rapping, we was setting trends for the whole city. Church, that come from Don Juan. I hang with the bishop, so I was somewhat of a trendsetter and pushed the word church out to the hood, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just really for us players. But I was t-shirt company, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, so you know what I'm saying? I was pushing the word church, so that's like my nickname.
For sure.
Yeah, it's been my nickname for long.
Yeah, we is on International Radio, and we is broadcasting live from the Go Getter Show, and I want y'all to know what's going on, man. For me, for sure, I need all my listeners to make sure y'all can hear me, right? Like, every time I get interviewed, I be like, yeah, I got my name from Bump J, because he was always from Chicago, really. So I was like, yeah, I want to, expand my name from Go Getter. Then it was Young Go Getter. I'm gonna make Chicago Getter.
Right.
Whole time, you telling me the actual history of that shit.
Yeah, it was me and my man Mac Hanges from Triple Darkness. Yeah, goon. You know what I'm saying? He was a goon. He was a go-getter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I used to call him.
That's
You feel me? That's what he used to do. You know what I'm saying? Him and his brother, them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after the crew, like, they was the go-getters. And then me and him kind of like made a little group called Go-Getters. We got a song called Go-Getters. And no, this got to be like, what, 90, this is like 96, nigga.
Damn.
This is like 96.
Putting on.
97.
That's when I started my shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like 96, 97, like when before, right after like the Adrenaline Rush album dropped, maybe, or before. Yeah. Somewhere around there, right before Kanye had his group called Go Getters, and that's when I had to show him the tap. Because I'm like, nigga, we live this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it ain't about rap, it's about what we did. That's why we came up with the term Go Getter.
So can you take it back to the back when you was just jumping off the porch? Like, how did it all start? Like, what gave you the inspiration to,
Man,
Color One?
I'm a graffiti writer. That's where Color One come from.
Damn.
Color One come, I'm a hip hop dude. I'm hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Get out of there.
Yeah, I'm a hip hop dude. I'm a hip hop to death. Nigga.
Spray paint?
Yeah. I'm Color One. That's where it come from. I had a store in the flea market on Madison and Pulaski. The airbrush shop in the flea market.
Yeah.
On Madison and Pulaski, that was my store. The t-shirt shop on Madison and Pulaski forever out west, that was my store. You feel me?
So what sparked the idea to start, put it into portrait form?
Music was always my thing, you know what I'm saying? But like art, anything that has something to do with art, hip hop, artistry all the way around the board, like, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that has something to do with some art, I was involved in. You feel me? From dancing, phase 2,
Phase 2, huh?
Yeah, you remember that Phase 2 House-O-Matic movie?
Yeah.
I was part of Phase 2.
Damn. Phase 2, I heard it. Wait. Damn, bro.
Yeah, we basically, you know what I'm saying? We put Chicago in perspective, man. You feel me? Like it was like
Pioneer shit.
Yeah, pioneer shit. You know what I'm
Pioneer
saying?
shit.
Yeah, like it was like when no hip hop going on, it was like everybody was jacking and juking, you feel me? And there was a few of us still with half fat laces and Adidas on and shit.
Right.
But you know, House was winning and jacking and Fast Eddie and all that shit was winning. So it was maybe like D.A. Smart, Common, and a few other motherfuckers that still was rapping. You feel me? That still was breakdancing and shit like Reggie knows right now, Reg Rock.
Yeah.
Kanye and them people and all that, like the one who do all the design. He was one of the guys, you feel me, pioneered on the dancing and the hip hop and shit, keeping shit alive. But he was also a house
So after all these years of you doing what you do, what kept you going, like to the point where you still doing what you're doing right now?
Man,
Cause you started what year?
man, I can't even tell you. Like I wouldn't even know. It had to be like, man, it had to be like 80 something. I was in color one since like the 80s. Yeah, I've been in color one since the 80s.
It's the 80s. So you had didn't you have a red tape?
Green.
It was a green tape.
Green. Yeah, I had a green.
That's why I'm like kind of mind boggling, bro.
I
used to
had
be
Chicago
bad.
Thug Times was my mix CD.
Okay.
The Chicago Thug Times that had everybody on there. That was my mix CDs. Top Secret, How Chicago Outlaws, and Shot Bangin'.
Yeah, you used to give them shot banging tapes.
Shot Bangin', yeah.
What about them Sox Park Mob tapes?
That was my Mikey Mike. Them I ain't really do too much with them. My people was fucking with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like them was my guys still.
She was always on the Quato Hymns tapes and shit like that.
Yeah, all of Mike Love shit.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Love.
Mike Love cold as hell.
Yeah. I'm on Mike Love.
Mike Love cold as hell.
Yeah.
Now you gotta be from back in the day to know what the fuck. Mike Love cold as hell. That's a little drop.
Yeah. Mike Love in the biz.
That's why you get about that water, man. Come on. I got trash for
Yeah, so with the Mike Love situation that I was really popping on. So what kept me going, man, shit, man, for me to sit back and watch and see so much shit that I touched, still going.
Still going.
You feel me? Like the Adrenaline Rush album, like Pope Pimp and all the shit that I was involved in, all the different projects that I was involved in.
Rundown, man. I want to hear. People want to hear.
Still going. So I'm the founder of Max Crew.
Wow.
I'm the founder. I'm the motherfucker who started Max Crew. Max Crew was Twista, Do or Die, Psycho Drummer, Triple Darkness, Quelo. Quelo was part of the Speed Out Mobsters. That's where Quelo come from. Quelo come from the Speed Out Mobsters, and Quelo recruited Mike Love to Max Crew basically. He was part of the movie.
Okay.
So me and Twista was cool. I was cool with B-Hype. B-Hype was Twista hype man. Me and him grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So I started Max Crew. It was me and Do or Die first. All the time it was me and B-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Because we was dancers. B-Lo, Do or Die was a dance group.
Wow.
Oh shit, man.
Go back.
Do or Die was a dance group.
Do or Die was a dance group. Phase 2 was a dance group. We was all dancers. Like we was jacking and shit, but we was all rapping. You know
How
what
did
I'm
you
saying?
start working with them?
Because my man Rick, who started Phase 2, and the nigga AK from Do or Die used to battle each other every time we go to the fucking club.
Is we really in this story, right?
Yeah, like they used to dance. It used to be like this fucking what they call it, a rivalry.
Right.
Go get it. I don't mean to interrupt your show. Go get it. Colin, who you done told this story to?
Nobody.
So this is an exclusive.
It's an exclusive shit.
Damn.
It's funny. I'm telling you right now. It's funny. They probably kill me for this shit. I know they can't ever kill me for this though, but we was dancing. We was a dance group. All of us was dancers and shit. Like it was, it's crazy. Like but Chicago, if you underground streets in Chicago, you was a juking. You wanna know how to get them to do some footwork.
Exactly.
If you can't do no footwork, you ain't popping. You feel me, man? Look, man, so many niggas that was mad they couldn't do footwork back then because they wasn't getting no pussy. You can do some footwork, you popular. You know what I'm saying? You can work the popular motherfuckers in school. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was footwork, you feel me? Hey, ain't shame or none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's part of what Chicago is.
So as far as like your name, the name Go-Getters from back in the day, how did that tie into, you know, the Kanye thing? Because I heard he had the Go-Getter thing going too.
No, he just made the group Go-Getters. I don't know if he was aware of us having our situation going. He probably wasn't aware, but by the time he had started the group Go-Getters, I had this shit tatted on my arm and everything. Like we was already, you know what I'm saying? It was already official with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of like dissolved it, but the group, my man Timmy G and GLC was part of the Go-Getters. You know what I'm saying? So Timmy G was one of my homies, you know what I'm saying? Timmy G was still, he stuck to, you know, stay my homie, you know, and all that. Like GLC still cool, you know what I'm saying? Like I still talk to you better than Chicago hip hop history or whatever, you feel me? Or hip hop history, you know what I'm saying? When we was doing Match Crew, I had everybody in the Match Crew, we had to bring a verse every week. So Twista, Quelo, Psycho Drummer, Do or Die, whoever was there at the meeting every week, we had a cypher. Everybody in the cypher bust a new verse that week.
Tell me, man, like back in the day, how was it working with Twista? Like from the start up, like from the jump, like
Always.
you see it in him back in the day that he was gonna be.
Man, he's a workaholic. He don't do nothing but write.
Yeah.
Like his writing skills is crazy. Like in the shit that he write, you know what I'm saying, and all the words that he write, you know what I'm saying, like by the time we ain't letting Twista go first in the cycle.
No.
That's how that was going, you know what I'm saying?
She didn't write for him, or did she ever like produce anything for him?
The first track that I ever produced Twista rapped on, it was called Padded Room Freestyle. It's on the Shot Banging tape. It's on Shot Banging. The last song on Shot Banging I produced is called Padded Room.
Crazy.
Yep. First track I ever produced.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy as fuck.
And that kind of was the transition from Mr. Tongue Twister to Twista.
Right.
It was actually the verse that he be doing on in the basement of Catch the Immaculate Catch It Get Splattered, the Immaculate Get Splattered, that's your shit. That verse was on my off my track.
Okay.
Yep.
So with you starting so early in like the golden era, do you ever look at how Chicago did, you know, change from what it was then to now? Do you ever look at this shit like, damn, like,
Yeah.
do you ever look at it like maybe y'all could have did something different to, I don't know, you can't change history, but like, you know, the shit's so crazy how different it is. You think it could have been anything done from back in the day different that could have, I don't know,
man. What made shit different back then when we was coming up then, you know, it was gang banging hard.
right?
You know, it was organization, it was structures, we had some structure that was gang banging. So I'm a gangster, I'm a black gangster, I'm from the village, I was a breed. I was a black gangster. But everybody in Match Crew was all vice lords.
Okay.
So that was some different from the beginning because, you know, niggas banging like the travelers and two of the breeds, but everybody, all the travelers were me. You feel me? That was some different shit that I was representing through the city. So when people was like, you know, in tour with motherfuckers and shit like that, I take niggas and you know what I'm saying, we gonna fix the shit. You feel me? I was settling shit, in other words, like making sure ain't nobody into it trying, because there was a few incidents like, you know what I'm saying, we went to the north side, like I don't know them dudes like that. So I couldn't really talk to these dudes like that. So that's why AK from doing that got shot.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like we had different situations where we couldn't diffuse everything, but most of the time I was the one to diffuse and to make sure everybody was good. You feel me?
Right.
Because I'm from the other side. You feel me? So they know everybody don't want the vice lords around. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, the vice lords cool. They with me, fool. You know what I'm saying?
So what you say that music saves your life?
Oh yeah, hip hop, man, hip hop saved the shit out of me. You got to think about it. What hip hop created for the black community, period, the culture. It saved a bunch of motherfuckers because now, you know, hip hop created bootlegging. Hip hop created all of the bogus hustles and shit that we do, like all the extra gym shoes and Air Force Ones and motherfuckers, like all the street hustles that we got was all created because through the culture of hip hop.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even all the way over to the barber shops now, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? The barber shop is one, but it's like the culture of hip hop controls the narrative of the barber shops everywhere, you feel
Exactly.
me? Dancing, your fucking fashion, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop changed the culture of fashion. So,
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it was a point where like I'm an artist. I'm a graffiti artist. So think about it like this: if it weren't for hip hop, I probably would have made all the money that I made in order to help all the people that I helped get to where they was going. Like hip hop, like I had a store that sold airbrush shirts, which is all hip hop based. You know what I'm saying? Paint trains and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what put my crew on, basically, my store. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a store, but all I had to do was show up every morning and make shit out of my brain and I make money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think of what I want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was making, man, I can even, man, we wasn't even counting the money we was making. We was making so much fucking money as young kids.
So, with the shit from like back in the day, do you think digital is better than manual, like how it was, like analog, like back in the day? No?
Like you mean, hold on, let me see what you mean. Like digital sound or
digital sound?
Digital sound way better, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like, I thought maybe hot sales versus streams. Hell no, like if I had an option to go and sell CDs and tape and go drop them off at the stores and shit,
right,
over streams, I'd take that option. To, you know, cause we was making, you know, we see the money there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We seen the money, like, cause we had drop off cases, we had order cases and shit. And we'd drop it off and go pick up the money or drop it off and they buy it right off top. You don't see the money like that no more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait for it and get your streams up and get some shit like that.
So it's way different.
Yeah. But you know, it's always a way in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's always a way to see the bread.
So do you think it's a thing as far as like with gatekeepers, as far as like keeping certain people in and certain people out, as far as like you know, like the sound, like back in the day, you know, it was like they basically it was like back in your day, like when y'all was coming up, everybody had their own sound. Now everybody like got a sound like this person to come up. So do you think it's like gatekeepers stopping motherfuckers actually, you know, bringing in new sounds and
No, people, you don't need, you know, in that case, the way you put it, you don't really need a gatekeeper to stop nobody. If everybody keep copying each other, they ain't gonna ever get no damn way. They stopping themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can stop yourself with the way you sound. You know what I'm saying? Because you sounded like him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, gatekeeper gotta do shit. You did the work for him. You know what I'm saying? What I could say, like, as far as what they have did, they have made it to, well, you gotta really, you gotta work hard. You gotta be productive in social media a lot. You know what I'm saying? Social media makes a difference now. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big difference now. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think there's no gatekeeper. I mean, the gatekeepers is stopping. No, really, no, because right now independent artists can win.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I see independent artists winning all the time. If you got your paperwork together, you ready to push yourself a little marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can get some. You gonna get. It's a market for each and every genre of hip hop, so to say, because we got different genres of hip hop now. It ain't just hip hop. We got the drill. We got rap. We got underground. We got this, you know, cocaine rap. We got, goddamn it, I'ma kill myself rap.
Emo rap.
Yeah, we got emo. We got emotional rap. Where is that emo?
Emo, yeah.
So that's what they call it.
Emo. That's emotional.
Oh, okay. Now I know what emo means. I never knew it. It didn't fit so fucking.
I thought it's R&B.
So fast
R&B
forward all the way to today. Who are you working with in the industry today that some of the people might know that's listening in to the
I work with Twista right now. I got a song on my album called Colors. Twista actually put the song together for me. He put the song together. He put the concept of the song together. He sent me the beat. He sent me the beat, but he had actually put his verse on there and sent me the beat. And I was supposed to put a verse on it, but I ended up not putting a verse on it. And I got Twista, Young Buck from Psychodrama, B-Hype, Sad from Psychodrama, and Direct from Triple Dark. And they all doing a song talking about me.
That's dope.
So it's basically they giving me my flowers. It's a tribute to me. So I mean, it's just something Twista came up with. He wanted to give me a tribute right now. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I decided to do music, he wanted to tribute. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, here you go. So they basically gave me my flowers, man. Like that song brings tears to my eyes, like, because I mean, it's just telling my story. And that's the name of my album, like, you know, the story of a gangster's past.
When is it coming out?
Right now I'm waiting on another date. I'm waiting on the dates right now.
So are you independently pushing this?
Yeah, independent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing a big distribution, but I kind of backed out.
I'm in a party for the Go-Getters, man. We trying to pull up, man.
Man, we finna
have
pull
an
up.
after party or something.
We finna pull up.
After party release.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm doing a Match Crew concert. I'm probably gonna do it at Sub T next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have as many other family as possible that can possibly be together. You know, a lot of times, you know, people don't get along like they used to 20 years later.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's always an inner conflict. Matter of fact, that's the name of the next album, which is the Match Crew album.
Inner conflict.
It's called, yeah, the name is Inner Conflict.
So let's rewind a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit since you brought that up. So was it any kind of competition? I had Direct and Never on the show, maybe like right after Christmas or something like that.
Okay.
And I asked them some questions like this also. Do you think it was anything going on with a competition between y'all back in the day? He said no, but I know it's always some kind of friendly competition as far as like.
What happened was, like I said, I remember I spoke up on earlier. I talked about like how beefs and shit, like it was shit that was going on. It was a thing going on at one time where it was a crucial conflict and psychodrama problem, so to say. You know what I'm saying? It was a slight who came up with the style, who biting who, that type of shit was going on, and this was right before the final tick drop. And I kind of like I met Flick, and they had this little get together and gathering. So I brought the whole crew, Match Crew, all through with Psychodrama, Twista, all us came through. So we came through and we resolved this shit. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, we resolved it. We got to the bottom of it. Ain't nobody nothing. We partied and then we did. Actually, that shit documented. The crucial conflict. Hey, when they in the barn, like that's all of us in the barn with them that day. And that's the day we kind of that's the day we resolved whatever little bullshit it was. It was like do or die, psychodrama, because we together. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Crucial conflict, and they was like who styled this and that and all. That's a couple of problems. Like Twista and my man Sinister Death, who was the first. He was the only feature on Twista first album, Mr. Tongue Twister. Yeah, Twista and Mr. Sinister Death. They had some issues. You know what I'm saying? But that was another thing. Like you know what I'm saying? I mediated that real quick, got that out the way, so we back fam like did things like that. You feel me?
So is it true that you started?
They came up with the name. I just brought the three guys together. You know what I'm saying? I gave them like we was together, like they was Match Crew. Triple Darkness was three guys that was in Match Crew.
Okay.
It was Trick, Heinous, and Direct.
I got a lick for you, Trick.
Right, and Trick was my man. Mac, I had met him. He met him in my store one day. Man, met him and shit. I don't know if they was gonna rob me or something. But they ended up being my friend. And then we ended up kicking it and shit like that. But you know, motherfuckers had guns and shit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was like, you know, street life was totally different then, you know what I'm saying? So I was always a hustler, dude. Like, for anybody that be up on Madison and Pulaski, like, Madison and Pulaski was like my joint. Like, I started them boys started standing out there like way back then. I made that into a spot, which is still is the spot right now.
Hey,
like,
man,
give people a way to eat, man.
I'm gonna go to a slight commercial break so I can get some technicalities in the background.
Put together.
Yeah, put that shit together real quick. And then we're gonna come right back on the GOGETTER Show. You already know.
Go get us for life, man. That's a cold name, man. I love that shit.
Where are you from?
Church.